For those of you that are relatively new to my channel, it's like y'all missed a lot of the up and coming venting sessions, and I haven't had too many of them. But as I've been alluding to, and as some of y'all have been seeing, it's like life is fucking crazy and unpredictable for me right now, you know? And I saw this video that kind of really made me think. Now, before we begin, this is a venting video. So if you're just here to get entertained, if you're here to get your motivational high off of me, this ain't one of those. This is just one of those videos where I make them to remind you that I am human and I go through shit too. So I'm just going to be talking until I'm done talking. This could be a 15-minute video. This could be a 15-hour video. Who knows, right? You know, I had a really dark night last night, and they always say it's darkest before dawn. But sometimes you got to go through that darkness. You know, I say that I'm a mental alchemist, which I am. But sometimes you have to observe. Sometimes you got to get your hands dirty observing the lead that you can turn into that gold. Sometimes you got to get your hands dirty with the charcoal, the coal, the carbon. Because with that coal, with that carbon, you apply some immense pressure to it. That's where the diamonds are formed. But you can't make the diamond and ignore the charcoal. And sometimes life puts you down there, you know. So like I said, this is just going to be a venting video where I kind of let y'all into what's going into my world. I'm not making this video for pity. I'm not making this video to make you feel bad and, you know, whatever. It's just sometimes I feel that these types of videos connect with a specific type of individual. That might be one of the 1,000 that watch the video. That might be whoever. It's like sometimes it's important to let you know that I am indeed a person that goes through stuff, right? So, you know, we're just going to start talking, and whatever happens, happens, all right? And whatever happens, I'm going to upload it, and you take what you need from it. Very simple. You know, I saw a video, and it was like this dude, like I've seen this video multiple times, but this is like the first time it really hit different. And it was just a guy talking about how when you ask a man, especially, of course, women, you go through this type of stuff as well. But when you ask a man especially, yo, how you doing? You okay? And they answer with, I'm all right. We're not. You know, sometimes it's like, it's nice to hear that motivation. Sometimes it's nice to hear the high vibrational stuff and turn it into this, manifest happiness. And sometimes, yes, it's nice to hear that, because sometimes myself, you know, spend too much time embracing the negative emotions. But you know, that high vibrational manifest happiness type stuff is cool, but sometimes you need to take the moment and just fully admit to yourself, you know what? No, I'm not okay right now. I'm not. And that's okay to admit sometimes. But you're giving it power. Look, like I said, sometimes you have to be all high vibrational, and sometimes you just have to accept the fact that you don't know where the fuck you're at in life right now. You know, this could all snap and be gone tomorrow. Or this could persist, and we have a war to fight, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a conversation that you have to have with yourself. So I want to let y'all into my dark night that I had last night. You know, I was just sitting there a little bit, and I realized how much I had on my mind. You know, I'm definitely one that bottles up a lot. I mean, I know I'm not alone in this way of thinking, but I bottle up a lot. Because in that video where it's like, you know, when men especially say, yeah, we're all right, he said something that struck me. He said, like, especially as a man, there's just some things. Number one, there's some men that are under the principle that people do not give a shit about the emotions of men. And I can see where people are coming from. And of course, I've argued both sides of that coin. Either stop being a victim, and then there's the other side where it's like people just simply won't get it. We've all been in that position where we have issues that it's ours. You know, it's our problem. It's our issue to handle. And if you tell someone about it, all they're going to say is keep your head up, be optimistic, stay positive, all that type of, that bullshit. Sometimes it's good and sometimes you need to hear it and sometimes that ain't it. That's not all you need. And even if you say it from the best person, even if you say it hear it from your favorite person, even if you hear it from your mama, your brother, your sister, your grandma, your grandpa, your uncle, your aunt, goddamn, your dog could lick you on the face. It just doesn't do it for you in that moment. No matter what anybody says or does, nothing can happen. Someone can give you $1 trillion in cash, and that will not get rid of the problem that you've been dealing with in your mind. I'm making this video to remind y'all that it's like, this is like a thought that I had. You have to really pay attention to the comedians. You need to pay attention to the motivators. You need to pay attention to the spiritual content creators. Because sometimes we're using the stuff that we're going through to make sure you don't have to. Or if you're going through a very similar situation, to know that you're not alone. Sometimes I don't have the answers. I just have I'm going through shit too. It's one of those moments where sometimes y'all look to me for advice. You look to me for answers, But then sometimes I ain't got them. Sometimes y'all see, I know some of y'all stop what you're doing. I'm at that point already with some of y'all where you see my face pop up on your phone. You stop what you're doing and you watch my video, and I do appreciate the love. One of the other things I appreciate, and I've said this before, is I appreciate the fact that the people that rock with me as an individual, I can make these videos and I ain't doing it for attention. I ain't doing it for that. It's just I got some shit on my mind, and y'all know that I'm a very I'm very open with my thoughts. Sometimes it's the good ones, sometimes it's the bad ones, But they say it's the darkest before dawn, and it was dark as fuck last night. I had so many thoughts running around in my head. It was kind of like those car commercials where you see the wheel, the rims on the wheel spinning so fast it either looks like it's not moving at all, or it almost has an optical illusion that it spins forward and then it kind of starts to rotate back. It's like my mind was like that. I had so many thoughts, so many things running around in my mind that my mind, the internal me, was waiting for something to grasp, to put all of the attention on, but it just couldn't grab anything because there were so many things. So it kind of was just waiting for its moment to catch it, but it was just stuck waiting. And that's where my mind was. While everything was spinning around, my mind couldn't focus on one particular thing. And I was just stuck last night. I tell the story oftentimes, when I made that specific day where I reinvented myself, it was kind of like that, but in the negative side of things, where I was just stuck on the floor for hours. I didn't go to bed till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, but I was in this negative space that was outside of time. And before we get into it, let's start off with what set up my day. Like I say, I bottle up a bunch of things. I just do. I guess it's a little bit, it's kind of like one of the negative perks, especially of only child syndrome. I'm not used to having that big brother, little sister. You know what I'm saying? I'm not used to having someone in person, especially, to talk to. Of course, you can always call mom, you can always call dad, grandma, grandpa. You know what I'm saying? You can always call, but at the end of the day, sometimes I get burdened by my loneliness. But the funny thing is, and mind you, once again, this is going to be a super random video, but it's going to be one of the more negative ones. It's going to be a little heavier ones, but I just want y'all to know what's going on in my head sometimes. Before we actually talk about the night, like I said, let's talk about the straw that broke the camel's back. I made a video a while back where we were talking about wet dreams, for those of you that watch my semen retention content. And a lot of people are concerned about wet dreams. I gave my thoughts on it. And I can honestly say, up until that point, I had never had a wet dream in my life. Never. Not once. Sexual related dreams, sure. But I never nutted myself in my sleep. But strangely, after that, a few months later, I started to have what were almost those wet dreams. But I don't know, somehow I still have enough discipline to catch it in the moment. And then I'm like, ooh, whoa, what was that? What is that, a wet dream? It was one of those. But I've noticed something. It's a mental block. It's it's like an emotional cord, I guess, that even all the cord cutting ceremonies, even the burning ceremonies I put myself through, apparently there's still some remnants in there. You know, sometimes we say there's sexual demons, there's the succubus, it's a mental block, it's whatever. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm leaning more towards some type of sex demon that's trying to harvest my sexual energy, because I myself have been existing in a very low vibration for a past while now. You know, I actually got sick the other day, like last week. And it wasn't like the full-fledged sickness, because I was able to catch it with my herbs and my supplements. Like I was able to like bounce back before it was like a full-fledged illness. But nevertheless, that's the closest I've gotten in a long time. You know? And I was like, yo, I got sick. That I don't even know what sick is anymore. And for something to come into physical manifestation, that means that there's something in your mind. You know, I was talking to a friend about this situation a little bit. And once again, like I have issues being vulnerable, because I don't know what that is. I'm not used to talking about this with people, you know. So get a therapist. Why? They're just going to tell me what I already know. That's my own stubbornness. That's my own male pride, I know. But it is what it is right now. But anyway, you know, I'm circling around. My mind is still. But, you know, I just wanted to put this out there. There's a recurring character whenever I have like almost wet dream type of dreams. And this character is my ex. You know, it's my ex. And it's strange though, because I don't feel anything towards her anymore. I have moved forward, but of course there apparently is some type of remnant, or it's some type of entity that's using the image of her to evoke an emotion. When I have these crazy dreams, it's never sexual. Never. It's never like I'm fantasizing about getting one last fuck, or we having to be in the thralls of passion again. No. But it's always a strong emotional response. It's always, whenever I see her in the dream, it's like the love that I felt for her, and still do to a certain capacity. You know, still a woman in my life. I always love the women in my life. You know, it's like it still evokes strong feelings, and somehow that translates into potentially turning into a wet dream where I'm about to part with sexual energy unintentionally. And it's actually strange too, because, you know, I'm at the point now, whenever the last couple of times I've gone home, I've seen her, and my body doesn't know how to react, because I'm always waiting to wake up. Whenever I see her in real life, I'm always waiting to wake up, because that's any interaction I've had with her in the past months. It's always a crazy dream that super evokes a heavy emotion out of me, and then I wake up. So then when I had the straw that broke the camel's back, which led me into a very dark night, was like I had this dream. I caught the moment because I felt the arousal happening. I'm like, yo, there's nothing sexual happening. I'm so confused what's going on right now. And then I wake up and I'm like, whoa, 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 no, 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 no. And like I wake up in a state of panic. I wake up and like, yo, chill, 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 chill. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like when y'all messing around and y'all too busy focusing on not nutting during a sexual intercourse, like a sex session. It's like, that's kind of what I woke up to. It's like, no. But then after everything calmed down and I was good, you know, check everything, we all clean, we back to normal, you know. I was just, I was like, I woke up pissed the fuck off. Like I woke up angry, I woke up anxious, I woke up, I guess that's actually the main word. Anger is what I felt. Not rage, not fury, anger. You know, like why the fuck does it keep using that damn character in these dreams? Why the fuck does it keep using that against me? And that's what like set me up for a really rough day. That moment right there. Because I didn't get out of the bed until like 12:45 in the afternoon. That is unheard of for me. I didn't get out of the bed till noon. I literally have wasted the past like couple of days because I've just been burnt out. I've been tired. I've been trying to busy myself. Of course, I have to, I got the financial situations in life, whatever. That's why I made the art, and that was fun. It was actually fun. Everything I said about making it was fun, exhilarating. It's something to build the world, but I'm quickly realizing it was a distraction. It was a band-aid for the problem, And that just like led me in everything that I had been holding on to, everything I've been building up on. Everything that had been building up in me, just finally the dam broke, the levees broke. And the flood of everything I had been thinking about all came at once, and it was a rough night. So, I was in a state of negative reflection, in a state of dwelling. Are you reflecting or dwelling? This is something I repeat all the time. Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I found myself dwelling. And I can't lie, I'm still there. I'm still seeing the thoughts. I'm having a headache form at the back of my head as we speak, but I feel that somebody somewhere can benefit something from this. It's like we as men are really taught to bottle things up because, like that video alluded to, it's like society really does not care about the feelings of men. That is why people gravitate towards these red pill alpha channels, because this is what you're feeling inside. But I do believe, and we'll touch on this a little bit later when my randomness progresses to that point, where it's like we gravitate towards them because that's kind of the energy that we have. That's like the frustration that we have. Now, I do believe some of it is toxic traits that they are passing off as just being alpha. But once again, if you have to explain the fact that you're alpha, you're not alpha. It's just that simple, gentlemen. If you have to tell someone you're alpha, you're not. And you just have to accept that fact. It's like, I know who I am, and I don't need to express that sentiment to who I am because it's not what you think. I know who I am, and I know I'm something else. And this whole Greek alphabet of alpha, beta, omega males, this and that, blah, blah, I know which one I am. I know this, but I have no need to explain that to you. Anyway, the dark night, when night came, that's when my thoughts really started to build up on me. And the reason why it was such a dark night is because I know something's been working on me in a negative way. I know I've been operating from a lower vibration because I've been full of stress, anxiety, concern. I still wouldn't go as far to say fear, but like I've alluded to before, it's like I'm in a scary situation that I don't like to be in. And that's all working together to build up into a mind state that's making me vulnerable to spiritual attacks. They say, oh, damn, he ain't been down here in a minute. Let's get him. It's kind of like that. Be nice to the people on the way up because you never know who you're going to see when you fall. It's kind of like that. But it's like, oh, you thought we wouldn't be able to see you again. Oh, we've been waiting. It's like I've literally been fighting my demons for the past few weeks. And there's no exaggeration. Speaking of which, I know I'm alluding. I know I'm like making a cliffhanger for my story. And we will get to it. But I saw a funny ass video. It was funny because it was pitiful. But I saw a video. It's about the pronouns and shit. Mind you, this is going to be one of those videos where I'm just going to say what's on my mind. If it's politically incorrect, so be it. If you get offended by anything I say, so be it. But it was a pronoun conversation, but not just the Zinzinjir, I'm non-binary, which is all some bullshit anyway to destroy. Like, it's just population control and y'all are falling for it. But it was demon pronouns. We address each other by our demon pronouns. Some gothic dudes with a gothic chick and the dude with the white paint and the black lipstick and all that type of shit. And I was like, demon pronouns? So I went to the table and I went to the cellar in my head and I went and talked to Ditby. I was like, yo, Ditby, you see this shit? For those of you that are new, Ditby is the dude in the basement. I have Prince, who's the saint, Oliver, who's my dark side, and this demon that I allow to live in my psyche because he's just kind of like, if you've seen Naruto, he's kind of like my nine-tailed fox. If I go down, if Prince goes down, if Oliver goes down, you got to deal with the demon. And we have our own arrangement. So I'm like, I have a whole demon entity in here, a real demon, one that was haunting me, one that was plaguing me. And instead of destroying it, I said, no, you're going to work for me. So I went in to talk to him. I was like, yo, you see this stupid shit? They got demon what are your pronouns? He just looked at me and laughed in like that little weirdo way that he does. And I was just like, Y'all think y'all know demons. Come on over here. Let's come on to our side of the world. You know what I'm saying? You playing these demon things and blah, 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 because you're just trying to do something different. You're trying to stand out and you want some attention. Okay, no, you want to play with the real demons? Let's have a talk. Let's go compare notes real quick. You know? And so I know everybody's had some dark thoughts and stuff, but like I've alluded to when I was in school, you know, I dreamt of shit I wanted to do to people. I dreamt of it. I wanted it to happen. I was begging for something to happen. I used to leave my door unlocked because I wanted to catch somebody in my room so I had a reason to mutilate somebody. That's how dark it got. You want to talk about some demon shit? I don't need no makeup for it. I don't need no black lipstick. So I know what real demon shit is. People be on, I'm on demon time, aka you just horny as fuck at 2 o'clock in the morning. Shut up. Just shut the fuck up. Some of y'all don't know. Y'all use these terms because they're in pop culture. Come on, step on this side of the veil. Come on over here. Let me show you something. But something's been working on me for the past couple of weeks, like I've been alluding to. Let's get to the story. You know, last night, like I said, my thoughts were going crazy. To the point where like I was just stuck sitting. I was just like this. And I entered this space that was outside of time. So when I came back to, I didn't go to bed till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And what happened was everything started building up. But what made it the dark night is I almost broke a promise to myself. You know, I almost broke a promise to myself. Because I almost got drunk last night. Almost did. And it was so damn tempting. It was so tempting. But like, you know, how much of a hypocrite would I be if I'm telling people to ignore this, find something productive to do, and blah, 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 blah. But then I go and drink when I have a few little problems. When my problems finally bubble over, I run back to the bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, something's been working on me. And we're going to turn some things around, but we still have to be in this state for a little bit. We're not done here yet. You know, like I can't front. Like forgive me if I'm just looking off. It's snowing right now and it's kind of pretty. So I'm just looking at the snow and just letting the thoughts run out. You know, I had these bouts. It was almost like a 12-round boxing match with this demon. Whatever it is that was trying to bring me down, it almost won last night. And I can still hear it from time to time. You know? You hear this demon, especially for those of you that have done fasting or even tried it. You know, you try fasting for 2 days, you start to realize how much you want food. You know? I got a bag of chips. Like, this is how sloppy. I have trash on my couch right now. Garbage. Empty bag of chips. You know, I'll get to that in a minute. Let me tell this freaking story because I've almost told it 6 times and I deviate. So I was talking last night. And like, as I was sitting through my thoughts and I heard this little voice in the back. But it was one of those I was just like that ain't leading me to my highest good. Yo, who the fuck are you? And he was like, yo, bro, go ahead, get you a little drink. Go ahead, just get you a little sip. Ain't no one gonna know. You ain't gotta tell nobody. And I was like, yo, dog, nah. I told myself I ain't never gonna be a sad drinker. I could see myself having a glass of wine or something, you know what I'm saying? I like wine. But not ever while I'm sad. Not ever while I'm in this state. Never again. No, that's not how I get down. That's not how I roll. He's like, oh, all right, big man. All right, big man, I'm gonna fall back. I'll see you again shortly. I didn't know shortly was gonna be a few minutes later. Because he came back. Hey, yo, bro. I left and came back and you still looking like a little bitch. Yo, just get you a little drink, bro. You know, like I said, ain't nobody gonna know. You ain't gotta tell nobody. Your secret's safe with me. And then like over time, we went rinse and repeat. And like when he kept coming back, he kept getting more persuasive, even though he was saying the same thing over and over and over again. And like it got to the point where I started visualizing the drink. I started hearing the cork. You know, I started hearing that. I started smelling it. Like first of all, I started imagining myself holding the bottle in my hand. You know, I decorate my place with the bottle because I use them as trophies, things that I've overcome. That's why I keep them around, you know. But like I started to see the bottle in my hand. You know, it was just some little compressed air. But like, you know, I started to see the bottle in my hand. I could see the details of the bottle. I could see the name of it and all that type of stuff. You know? And then when I started to see, I said, yo, what am I doing? You can visualize for bad. Why am I visualizing this? And in my mind, threw the bottle against the wall, crashed, wine dripping glass everywhere, whatever. But I said I wasn't drinking. When I threw that bottle, he came back. He said, yo, you just wasted a nice bottle of wine, bro. He said, why? He said, now why would you go and waste a good bottle all over the wall when you could just be drinking it? You know? And for some reason, it was just making sense. So then that's when I got to the point where I could hear the cork. That's when I can imagine, like I could hear the glass being filled with the wine. You know, like the pouring water in the cup. Like I could hear it. You know, I could start to smell it. My mouth literally started watering, thinking about drinking this wine. But then it literally got to the point where I had to just yell to myself, yo, shut the fuck up. Like I had to. You know, and that snapped, and I haven't heard him in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's rough. You know? Because like, you know that, like I've said it a couple of times, for those of you that think that you can drown your sorrows, you need to remember your sorrows can swim. That's one of the things that made me put down the bottle in the first place. And that's something I started repeating to myself in my mind. You know? I started hearing that. And I was like, yeah, because what's the point? I'm already pissed off and I'm in a bad state right now. Why am I going to go add poison to myself to make it worse? Just so I can go end up on my porcelain throne, aka the toilet, throwing up all the bullshit I've been eating. So am I okay? No, I am not. I'm not okay. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop making videos. That doesn't, nothing like that, but I'm not okay right now. And I have to admit that to myself. I'm not okay. There is indeed a problem, and there is a problem that I indeed need to solve. I've noticed something else about myself in the past week. Like I said, I haven't been good for a minute, but I have like a delayed reaction with emotion sometimes. I've been noticing myself at the grocery store damn near every day this week. When I should be watching my money, I'm spending it on food. I actually threw away fruit. I threw away fruit and then went to the store to get some chips. I threw away fruit full of life force energy to go buy a packaged snack. And don't get me wrong, even when I'm looking at the ingredients of these, they're actually not that bad, but there is one of them in here, that maltodextrin, that's actually in here. I make a whole video talking about how bad some of these things are. And look at me, making the same mistakes that the whole world is in. Running to food as a nipple. You know, like a nipple, like, you know, when a baby wants food, when a baby needs attention, it goes to the mother's nipple. I'm using it as a pacifier. That's all a pacifier is. It symbolizes a nipple to the child to hopefully help the child calm down. An artificial source of love. An artificial source of calming. That's what happens when you give your children these pacifiers. It's a fake nipple. Just like when you feed your child from a bottle instead of like the mother's nipple. You're already associating fake with real love. That's some of y'all's association. That's why we all have vices. When we can't get what we actually want, we get a fake, a toxic substitute. Some people's vice is drugs. Some people's vice is sex. Some people that can't get real sex go even faker than that and go watch porn. My vice apparently is junk food. You know? My vice is junk food. I've seen that, and I had to stop it. Cold turkey. That's just how I get down. I cold turkey everything. I just stop. I have to. Even though my body's going to throw a temper tantrum, even though I'm going to get pissed off, hey, you can't get much worse than where I'm at now, that I'm literally putting poison into my body to make myself feel better. But I noticed something though. Anything that transpires in your life, whether it be positive or negative, starts in your mind. I got sick. I'm not sure if I said it in this video. My mind's everywhere, but I actually got almost sick for the first time. Almost sick is sick. And that started off in my mind. But then I noticed something. I actually had some cucumbers, right? That I bought. I forget the exact timeline, but let's just say 3 days ago, I bought some cucumbers. And then like a day after, when I went to say, okay, let me go chop up some cucumbers. I can use a snack when I was still trying to like stay healthy and not run back to the store. I went back to like the box that my groceries are in, and all of them were covered in mold. All of them were covered in mold. One day. And I'm not even talking about just the tip. You could just chop it off and then, and like chop up the cucumber, you'd be all right. Nah, the whole thing was like, it was like growth. Like it was just, that just shows that I have not been in a good state. I was reflecting all day yesterday, and like I realized how I've been living in filth. You go in my kitchen, there's like 3 frozen pizza boxes up there. With and then when you take them out of the packaging, sometimes like some of the fake cheese or like the toppings on it will fall off. It's like those are just sitting there on the top of like the stove top. Dishes in the sink, papers all over my table, a layer of dust on my work table. You know what I'm saying? Haven't made up my bed, haven't washed my sheets in what felt like a couple of weeks. Speaking of a couple of weeks, it's more disgusting that I haven't showered in 2 weeks. I look down at my nails, raw and uncut. It's like I got dirt under my nails. My nails are all growing, all gangly looking. I haven't been in a good state. If my mom were to see me right now, she'd throw my ass in a shower. You know what I'm saying? She'd throw my ass in a shower. And I know she's going to watch this video. I know my grandma's going to watch my video, and then she's going to call me, are you okay? Are you okay? And I hate doing this, you know what I'm saying? And when I say that makes me get emotional, but I'm not. But the funny thing is, it's like, this is what I do. It's not a badge of honor. It doesn't make me tough. It's just like, a lot of men suffer in silence. I use it for a motivational purpose, but sometimes it's very relatable, and I'm not here. I'm not that, no. But there was one of those things where, like it said, like for men, it's like men have three times the suicide rate of women and stuff like that. It's because some of the things that some women need to understand is the world doesn't care about our emotions. If a man, more than likely, of course, you can always find that nice person that sees you and stops. Of course, I'm not embracing that victimhood mindset, but let's just be real. If you were when you're around a bunch of your men, I asked you who are your friends? Who are your friends? Because if you were to tell some of your male friends right now, hey yo, bro, I don't feel right. I don't feel happy in life. I don't feel good. Man, suck it up, bro. You be all right. That's just how we get down. That's just what we've been taught, because we as men have not been really taught how to deal with emotion like that. There are pressures on men. Now, some of the things they run in the background, and I see them as a challenge. To this day, I see it as a challenge accepted. I still, to this moment, do. But every once in a while, when everything else builds up and the dams and the levees finally break, all of that's mixed in there too. All of that's mixed in there too. For me, I've said it many a times, I'm a lover. I'm a lover. And sometimes I get a bit of jealousy sometimes. And that jealousy turns into anger sometimes because, one of the things that I said, and I found it to be kind of funny, is the dating pool has piss in it. because we're in this state now where it's like we have been so isolated from one another. Like we have this internet, and the internet brings us all together. But it's like, no, it hasn't. It only separates you. Think how much calmer your life is when you just put down the internet. But it's so, even though y'all, half of the world knows how toxic the internet is, you can't stop because it's like an entertaining drama. And some of y'all get y'all's fixed. Some of y'all literally get on the internet to start beef with people. You're addicted to it, just like everything else. You know, I have a piece of art that's called Disappear, where sometimes I wish I could. And not disappear in the bad way, not that this is a cry for help. And I'm no. You know, I'm not there. You know, I never will be. That's the one thing I will say. They say never, but I never will be there. I've been there. I don't like that feeling. I'm never going that deep. But sometimes it's just like you get stuck in a lower state. You know, you get stuck in a lower state sometimes. But I have that piece of art called Disappear, where sometimes you just wish you could just go with the breeze. You know, he's gone with the wind. He's gone in the wind. Sometimes you wish you could just disappear like that, you know? And you can always have that opportunity to start over in life. You don't have to have a whole new identity. You don't have to, but sometimes it doesn't matter what alter ego you create. It doesn't matter what you do. You can't run from your problems because your problems reside in your mind. You can't run from them. You can't drown them. You can't smoke them out. You can't fuck them out. You can't do all that type of stuff. You have to deal with it at a certain point. Sometimes you have to acknowledge that you're getting your ass beat in the boxing match, and you have to ask yourself, how are you going to adapt? Another picture that I created. Adapt. I made these things for myself, really. And then just hopefully pass them on to the world so everyone else can benefit from them the same way that I did. You know? But sometimes that jealousy comes up in me because I know I'm a great man. Even with my bullshit, I know I'm a great man. But sometimes I always wonder the same way like how I had that depression in school where I see all these people full of hate, all these racist little kids running around, you know, at school. All these racist kids running around, and they seem to be having the time of their lives. They're having the college experience. Walking into the freshman dorms to go talk to my friend's little fuck buddy. And you can hear someone getting clapped like through the ceiling. You can hear it, and you're like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I'm sitting here wondering, like, damn, I'm over here being loyal to a woman I know is cheating on me. Ain't that some shit? Of course, that's my decision, and I don't pass judgment. Her and I are cool, actually. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, it's just like, that's the way I feel when I see people enjoying life sometimes. It gets bitter sometimes. I'll fully admit. You know, it's like, we're in this world now. And mind you, it's like that was the night, but this is just the avalanche of thought. All the things I think about. Some of the thoughts on like these thoughts on women and dating and that type of stuff. I don't make content like that anymore because I think the market is saturated with it. I don't talk about it. These are things I talk about with myself. And I make sure I make sense to myself. And does that make sense when I say it out loud? Sometimes I catch myself saying some dumb shit. And sometimes I'm like, this is the way it's supposed to be. You know, I'll hear somebody else's thoughts. I'm like, yes. You know, I don't subscribe to everything like from like the popular red pill channels like Kevin Samuels or, you know, Fresh and Fit. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. This is what happens when you use discernment. But we in this world now where men are acting like women and women are trying so hard to be men. That's why relationships aren't working right now. But then even if you can like get the polarities back in line, we then have men that don't understand that there's masculine and feminine in everything. The yin and yang, the light and the dark and the light. And then we don't understand that there's women that don't understand that they themselves have the masculine principle in them. I mean, like, we have women now that are trying, that they, like, you know, this is one of the things, I'm not going to, like, say who particularly in my life, but someone close to me, you know, has the dumbass idea of being a woman, and they want to go inseminate themselves in some freaking clinic or something to go have a child. They are trying to sign up to be a single mother because they just want to have a baby. So you're gonna sign up to be a single mother. Like, that's so simple. You were damn near raised by a single mother. Sure, you just had like you had your family had their situations or whatever. I mean, both the mother and the father was in their life, but like you're trying to be a single mother. Like that's good. Like you're proving something to the world. Doesn't matter what you're proving. You're gonna raise a child without a father. And some of you women think that you are ready to lead a relationship. This is just one example, but there's women like that have crazier thoughts. And y'all think that y'all are supposed to be the leaders of the relationship? That makes no sense. And I sit here and I look at it. That's why I have such a savior complex. I can't lie. There was the one girl I was actually hoping something actually happened with, because I was like, yo, you fine as shit. I'm not gonna lie. She was had a little bit had little flashes of spiritual conversation. I was like, I could work with that. But I walk the fine line of, guiding, being the leader, leading them into success and leading them into spiritual growth, or changing someone. And that's something I try my best not to do. I don't want to change anyone to fit what I think the world's supposed to be. I shouldn't have to. But if you're willing to take my leadership, then that's the main thing. A lot of you women but I'm a strong, independent woman. I can do whatever. That's great. Be strong. Be independent while you're single. Because a lot of you women complain about men being emotionally unavailable, but like attracts like, sweetheart. And if you're attracting a whole bunch of, I actually had a perfect example like that. But what does that say about you, right? But I can't do the same example because he used like soda. He used like soda or something. But let me just do this real quick, right? So pretty much just like these were like soda, but let's just say these are all just markers. These aren't different colored people. Anything. It's just markers and pens, right? So the dude gave the example. And like, this is like where men and women alike, y'all be bitching and complaining that all women are trash, all men are trash. You're just whining instead of taking accountability for your shitty choice. It's like saying women are dating the wrong guys is like just, perpetuating the male psychology that women can, shut the fuck up. Men and women, y'all are both picking poorly. If you are dating 5 people, like think of the probabilities. You met one person that you wanted to give your time. Out of the billions, the 7, 8, 9 billion people, you found one person to give your time to. Probability speaking, that's actually crazy if you think about it. And somehow you keep finding trash ass men and women. What does that say about you? This is why it frustrates me so much. So let me get to this example. So they'll be like, okay, I date guy number 1, girl number 1. Okay, that was a bad person. Okay, I've healed. I'm ready to get back into the dating world. Another marker, person number 2. Oh my God, they did the same things as such and such. How did I not see this coming? Get back into the relationship. Number 3. Oh my God, men and women are terrible. Oh, I hate all men. All women are trash. Bitching and complaining. Number 4. Oh, same thing. You picked another marker. Number 5. What's this? It's a pen. Somebody different. Somebody that intrigues me, someone that stimulates me, someone that's whatever. I don't like them. I don't like them. Ignored. Number 6, another marker. Oh my God, men and women are terrible. Oh my God. But yet you had something different right there, but you went right back to what you used to. Ladies and gentlemen, some of y'all are not aware that you love toxicity. And y'all are not aware that you are the toxic ones. If you see one person and they're an asshole, okay, that one person's an asshole. If you run around and you see that everybody's an asshole, you are the asshole. One of the things that like really grinds my gears is that I'm a man that's ready to love. I ain't ready to like, I'm not ready to just hit it and whatever. I'm ready to love. And the funny thing is, especially with some of you younger women out there, is that y'all really act like y'all will portray yourselves to be these nice, beautiful, virtuous women. Oh, I'm not like that. They didn't know you're just not like that with a particular individual in your presence. And then it's like, for me, it's like I am like a strange person in the dating world because crazy concept. I actually want to get to know you. Just because I'm a guy and you're a girl does not mean, I know it's crazy and I might be in the top percentile of this, but it's like, I don't want to just smash because I see you. Yes, I'm attracted to you. That's why we're having this conversation. But that doesn't mean we have to be intimate at that level. You know, you can have attractive friends, right? Men and women can't, this is like the toxic shit that men are taught on this red pill. Men and women can't be friends because you just know that you want to have sex, and at any given moment, well, there is some truth to that, but I think once again that there is toxic masculinity, men. That's something that you just need to understand. There is some. Now, women, sometimes y'all call me opening the door for you, toxic masculinity. Some of y'all are bugging, you know. But we're gonna get back to that conversation later. It's like I want to actually get to know people. And then it's like, okay, with me getting to know you, yes, you are a beautiful, beautiful woman. But I don't think that we would work in a romantic way. However, I do like you as a person. So you tell me your stories, I'll give you my advice, and we can just be cool. But I also do believe that friendship between men and women is a spectrum. Because when a man and a woman become friends over time, you become more emotionally available. You know, one of the prerequisites for actually being in a healthy relationship, you become more available. You talk more, you share more with one another, and you grow off a genuine connection. You catch eyes one day and you find out that y'all should have been together from the jump. But yet I run around and I see, you know, this is one of the things that I have to agree with the simps. Just like how sometimes I agree with the toxic masculinity, I agree with the simps of the world sometimes, because I was one. Where a nice guy like me, a genuine man that wants to actually sit down, get to know you, take things slow, not trying to knock boots in the first 6 hours that I see you, not always waiting for my end to your pants, you know what I'm saying? It's like you will ignore me for the guy that's going to go treat you like shit. And then you'll blame men for your bad decision. In a moment of pettiness. You know, I love the women of my life. I will always want to look after them, and I want them to find happiness. But sometimes you just have to shake your head and laugh. Sometimes you have to hit them with the face palm emoji, shake my damn head moment. You know, when the ex that wouldn't take you back because you made one mistake. You know, I've talked about this. I'm not sure if I talked about it specifically, but nevertheless, broke up with a girl and I wanted to like make things right, but she wouldn't let me. Fast forward a few years later, she's still single, you know, doing what she's doing. And you see that she's posting things on Instagram, talk pretty much like passively bitching and complaining about the dating world. Not all dates have to be around dinner and food and all this type of stuff. Sometimes we just want to go on hikes and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And when you repost something, that's pretty much saying, yes, I agree with this. I wish I could find someone that, and then I'm just sitting here like, So you pretty much had all of that right there, but you wanted to go back to what you're used to. You wanted to go back to the lack of emotional attachment. And that's one of the toxic things that are taught to men these days. You know, having a bunch of sexual partners is what makes you a man. No, it doesn't. It does not. Sure, is it like a sign that if someone was trying to guess something about you, wow, a lot of women want to have sex with this guy. He must be doing something right. Sure, obviously. However, it's like we are taught that like this non-attachment, this non-emotional connection with women is a good idea. Without knowing, half of these men, you're taking advice from people that don't know what sexual energy exchange is. Yeah, it was just sex, bro. I was just sticking my dick in something. I was just trying to get my nut. I was just trying to get my dick wet. Yeah, okay. But you don't realize that you took on that woman's energy. Even though you thought it was nothing, you took on something important. And that's the funniest shit. We have a whole bunch of women that don't get this. As emotional as y'all are, you know damn well more than likely, y'all women are the ones that are gonna be, so what are we? You know, I've given you sex multiple times, so what are we? You know, and it's like, what are we? Nothing. Like we said that this is just a physical thing, right? So that just goes to show that there are emotions involved with this type of stuff. And you being emotionally unavailable and you messing with somebody that attracted to your energy who is also emotionally unavailable, you created more emotional unavailability in your worlds, and y'all, none of the young people especially can realize this. And that's another thing that contributes to my loneliness. because I know this, but 99, it seems like anyway, I know everybody exists out there. I'm not the only spiritual one that has this knowledge, but it gets lonely sometimes when you're trying to like articulate this to people and you're the crazy one. You're the crazy one that highlights this type of stuff. Like, it's like, is it too much to ask? Like, this is like one of the funniest things. I test the women in my life. Sometimes, like, you know, I'm not gonna say who, but like the women in my life, I like to throw this one out there, and like I just drop it on them because sometimes it's just so funny seeing the reaction. You know, I was asked by one of my female friends, you know, what type of woman do you want to date, Prince? What type of woman are you expecting in your life? Because they think my standards are so high, and it's like, it's really not. You know, of course you can get into the details, and that's where things can always are up for debate. But like, it's like one of the most attractive traits for me in a woman, a queen, and we're gonna touch on that queen thing in a second after this example, is, you know, I value a woman that knows her role, that knows her place. Now, when you say that to women these days, they're like, what you mean? I need to know my place. Like, blah, blah. You get with this snappy shit. It's so funny that let's say women have completely dominated the dating world, but they think they dominate it until they meet a man that makes them scrap everything that they believe, and now they're trying to do whatever they can to get into that man's life. What do you mean I need to know my place? Well, let's keep it very simple for the sake of this example. Me as a man, you as a woman, you want a man that's masculine, you want a provider, and you want a protector, right? That's very, very simple list. Of course, there's a few more things you could throw in there, but that's pretty much it, right? And a lot of you think that provide means money. But I live under the principle that the truth doesn't change, but hopefully I circle back to all these things. Once again, I don't talk about this stuff. This is the stuff I talk about with myself. But like, you have to think about something. It's like, me as a man, you as a woman, you want me to be masculine, a provider, and a protector. So that's what would fulfill that slot. That is the role of a man, in generally speaking. So that's my position. I am currently not dating because I cannot provide at least physical things for you right now. So that's why I'm not even in the dating pool. I don't even want to get something started with somebody until I'm set. Because you can only love somebody when you love yourself. I can only provide for somebody else when I can provide for myself. So that's my logic with it. So I'm in my position, and that's okay. That's for y'all's logic. That's his role. That's what he's supposed to do. So with me saying, I find it attractive when a woman knows her role. Wait. So why is it this double standard always tends to come up when you could talk about what a man is supposed to be, but when a man tells you what a woman's supposed to be, it's misogynistic, it's sexist, it's toxic masculinity. This is, once again, we're talking this conversation with the low-hanging fruit out there. But it's the vocal minority that seems to be having a lot more impact on the whole dating space as a whole. It's actually hilarious to me. So we're just speaking from that point of view. So mine is a woman that knows her place. A woman that is my peace. And some of y'all have made this bad habit of back-talking men all the time. Every time a man says something, because you better, no, you ain't even worth all this. You need to, do you think a man wants that? Why is it that, what is it that you want? Answer. But then ladies, y'all never ask what a man wants in a relationship. And whenever we want something, all you hear is what you're not willing to give. So I have no say in what I'm willing to give, but when it's you have all the say in the world. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, you think you deserving of that? Oh, there's always conditions with your shit, but you want unconditional love. Some of you women are actually meant and built to be the most perfect wife. You're beautiful, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're independent, but you don't know how to let go of your independence. 1 + 1 is supposed to equal 1. Some of y'all aren't even 1 + 1 = 2. Y'all are 1 and then an addition to me. It's not even a whole it's not even an equation. Equate equal. It's like one of the things that we've been taught that some men take a little bit too seriously is like they say men and women aren't equal. And it's like, depending on the conversation, depending on the frame of the conversation. But if the way I always see it, it's like, no, men and women have different roles. There are no gender roles. I've used this example before. You know, am I supposed to send my woman out there? Someone's breaking into the house. I'm going to send my woman out there to protect us? But there's no gender roles, right? Oh, only when it's convenient for you. Okay. You see, one of the things is, and it's like, this is going to be like the harshly stated ways, like just the bluntly me stating, because I'm just talking right now. But like, it's like, a lot of you women say, treat me like the queen I am. What y'all don't really realize is some of y'all are actually getting treated the way that you want to be treated. When you call yourself a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. I ain't settling for no loose ass niggas. I'm a bad bitch. And you're going to be treated as such. You're going to be treated like a pet. Like a bitch. Like a female dog. And often too, some of y'all degrade yourselves to being bitches. And some of y'all degrade yourselves to being prostitutes. What do I mean by both? Let's go ahead and explain that. So bitches first. That's obvious. Some of y'all be like, treat me like the queen I am. Treat me like I would gladly treat you like a queen. Gladly. But the thing is, you know, the funny thing is, it's like none of y'all seem to know what the fuck is what comes with being a queen. Just like how some men don't know what it means to be a man, first off, but then to be a king. There is responsibility that comes with that title, ladies, gentlemen. There are responsibilities that come with that title. That's why there's a lot less kings and queens than there are followers. Because only a handful can accept that level of responsibility. Y'all want to be treated like queens? No. Y'all want to be treated like bitches, like pets. Because y'all don't want to accept any responsibility that comes with being the queen. Do you know the queen is the highest level of woman in the kingdom? That comes with responsibility. Y'all just see the pampering and the fine wine and the jewels and all. That's all y'all see. Y'all see the reward of the hard work, but y'all ain't ready to put in the work. Y'all ain't ready to take care of a kingdom, some of y'all. Y'all ain't ready for that because y'all are too busy thinking that this is y'all's world. Sorry to say, this might be my toxic misogynist masculinity coming out, but it's not your world. Because if you really meet a man, if you meet some king that's ready to build his kingdom, he's ready to build it by himself until a woman is ready to take that seat at the throne next to him. We have our mission. And some of y'all really want us to change to you. This is some of y'all's broken ass mindset, ladies, and some of y'all really don't want to take this into consideration. Y'all don't know what the fuck you want. You don't. Y'all are unwilling to be second. Y'all want to be the priority. But let's just say something. Let's just say, like I said, I think I may have given this example before, but let's just say I'm a trillionaire. My moves are geopolitical. You know what I'm saying? I can make countries move. I can snap my fingers and the stock market goes down. And when I do certain things like that, I make enemies. I'm in a war. I'm doing everything I got to do. But you only see the final product. You don't see all the work that I'm putting in every single day to build the final product that you see. You just see the end. You don't see the hammer and the nails. You just see the built house. And then when you enter my life, because you got so attracted by my final product, you don't see how hard I actually work to get it. Even though I make it look easy, you don't see me stressing out. You don't see this side, this video's type of energy. You don't see all of that. And when you get into that, you try to change it. And then you wonder why 5 years later you don't have any more passion for me, because I got soft because I listened to you. I stopped doing all of the things that made me attractive to you because I just wanted to make you happy. Y'all think that you being a woman, you're supposed to be first in my life. You know, this is like, don't get me wrong, he was misogynistic as fuck. But he wasn't wrong when he said his woman, he used a different word, but I don't like to say it like that. But his woman, like, it's like fourth or fifth in his life. He said it's his first thing is his mother, his career, himself, maybe even his dog, and then you. And some women hearing that would not like that. But you have to understand something. I was doing all of this shit before I met you. This is what made me look so, wow, he's got things going on. Wow, he's very successful. Wow, he's doing that. That's all the things I was doing for you to come to that conclusion about me. So if I stop doing that, if I stop doing the thing that made you attracted to me in the first place, then what's going to maintain that thing? Oh, you might get complacent because you can take trips. You can buy what you want. And that's why I said some of y'all, number one, are not fit to be queens. Treat me like the queen I am. No, you better prove the fuck to me that you are a queen. Because y'all get used to these titles and y'all don't know what comes with it. This is why real men don't give a fuck about y'all. That's why real men have so many partners, because we don't know who to fucking trust. We don't know. So that's why we just keep you at bay. Now, that is a sign of emotional unavailability, and that is indeed a toxic trait. But that's just a way that we protect ourselves. Speaking of protecting ourselves, hopefully I remember to go back to the prostitute example, the hooker example. But it's like protecting ourselves. Marriage, ladies. I want to be married. I want to be committed. And I'm also, and this is the thing, another thing that a lot of women don't want to get down with is polygamy. Y'all don't understand that. Y'all don't get that because y'all don't want to admit to yourselves that y'all are selfish. So it's selfish for me to only want you, but you can have multiple bitches. And it's like, we're literally built differently. A man doesn't know what it means to bleed from his dick unless he has like a very bad problem. But we don't know what a menstruation cycle is. We don't know about that type of stuff. We don't have the same thought process. But then anatomically, physiologically speaking, we are literally, if you want to go back to straight looking at ourselves as hunks of meat sacks called bodies walking around, we are here to reproduce and keep the bloodline going, keep our genes going, and what we are supposed to do as men, there's a reason why we are able to ejaculate more than once. There's a reason why we are not the birthers. It takes you 9 months to make a child. Okay? If I wanted to make as many children, as many copies of me, as to keep my bloodline as strong as possible, it's like, let's just switch roles, because half of y'all want to be men so bad. You do it. Go have as many kids as you can. Go do it. Oh, wait, you have to wait 9 months each time. Boom, one child. 9 months later, recovery, boom. 9 months later, recovery. So in 2 years, you had 2 kids. Now, if we were supposed to be repopulating, keeping the bloodline going, let's look at us physiologically. Get rid of all this meat, this modern technology. Get rid of all of society. And what do we have? I can go pop out kids. Boom, 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 boom. It's almost like I was given the capabilities to do that. I was given the capability. Some of y'all be like, I'm a good Christian woman. Well, it doesn't say be fruitful and multiply. Multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3, 1 times 4. 1 man multiplied by 4 women, 5 women, 6 women. Be fruitful and multiply. So which one is it? And then some of y'all be like, so biblical, and then y'all realize that these people have multiple wives and stuff, but all of a sudden, 2022 happens, and we have Instagram, Twitter, and Cosmo magazine, and all that shit goes out the window. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not all about the Bible, because I think the Bible's crazily skewed, but I like to pick on Christians from time to time. You see like how frustrating it is? It's like when you really like get down, like, you get off of Twitter and you stop thinking for yourself. It's like when you really think about it, it's like, wait a minute, I'm good. I'm provided for, I'm taken care of, and there happens to be another woman. It's like some of y'all don't even realize y'all sharing the same dude anyway. You be telling your stories about how so-and-so is doing this, and your girlfriend is talking to the homie. Oh my God, you were cheating on me with my friend? Now, cheating and infidelity is wrong. If you set an agreement where you two are the only ones together, then that's what it's supposed to be. But like, half of y'all are already in polygamous relationships as is. As is. Some of your girlfriends are getting at your men right now. But yet, y'all think y'all know everything about this type of stuff. The other thing, bringing it all the way back. Screw that conversation. Bringing it all the way back. Some of y'all want to be hookers. Y'all are prostitutes. What the fuck? What's he talking about? I mean, see, he was good in the beginning. I was feeling it. Now he's just talking too much shit. You're a prostitute. Some of y'all. The only way he getting with me is if he makes this much money. If he's a baller. If he's a blah blah blah. So you just put a price tag on the pussy. Didn't you? You know what I'm saying? You put a price tag on. He has to be making at least $100,000. He needs to be making at least a blah 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 blah. Got all these stipulations for us, and you ain't never touched $100,000 in your life. You never even touched $20,000 in your life, but you got the nerve to expect something that you have never done on your own from another individual. And then the ladies that are successful would even look twice at a man that makes less than him. Why has money become a factor? Like, let's just go into this hypothetical real quick. You date a guy, and somehow, some way, the conversation of money never comes up. But you're dating, you're in love, you're happy. You say you want a ring, like not a wedding ring or anything. You just want a nice ring to accessorize. He gets it for you. You want the Birkin bag. He gets it for you. You want a car. He gets it for you. He gets a house. He gets it for you. Or you want a house. He gets it for you. Whatever. And money has never come up. It's funny how like you get everything you want, but then if you find out that he didn't actually have a steady job, then your mind automatically switches to wait, how did he get all this stuff in? He must be doing something illegal. He must be doing something like this. He must be. So it doesn't even matter if you find out how much he made. You see how quickly your mind changed when money came up? What is money? Now, I'm not trying to make justification because I haven't touched on men yet. It's like, but I'm not trying to justify some dude just being like a lazy good for nothing and you just give him whatever because blah, blah, blah. No, we as men need to prove ourselves to you as you need to prove yourselves to us. A lot of women think that, prove yourself to me, peasants. And it's like, yo, who the fuck is you? Like, prove myself. No, you prove yourself to me, I prove myself to you. This is what happens when things are mutual, when things are equal. But in the dating world, y'all think y'all run shit. And y'all gonna start to run into a whole bunch of men that ain't gonna be playing around with your bullshit no more. And you gonna turn into these bitter aunties. Some of y'all are the bitter aunties in the making. And that's why it makes it so difficult for men to actually form a connection with y'all. Ain't shit women mean ain't shit men. Ain't shit men turn a beautiful woman into an ain't shit woman. Because y'all just applied to a few instances of your dating experiences to the whole population of men, the whole population of women. But then when you meet the nice men, the nice woman that'll do everything for you, let's go ahead and switch over to men. It's like, men, y'all think that y'all are deserving of everything. You think you're deserving of the creme de la creme of women when, okay, we've acknowledged that they like material things and you don't have them. You yourself aren't attractive. Some of y'all say this about yourselves. You don't have the finances, and for those of you that don't have the finances, you don't even have the resources to make whatever it is to make yourself more attractive in the sexual marketplace value situation. But yet you think women are supposed to just bow down to you because you watched a couple of videos and you think you're deserving of what the work that some other man put in. I sit here and look at this and I see why there's so much issues going on here. That's why I see there's too many of y'all bitching and complaining, think y'all are deserving of something. And then I see now why. You think y'all are hot shit and you're really not, gentlemen. You're really not. And now I see why. Because you ain't shit and you're most of the time you're happy, y'all insecure as fuck. And you're trying to just overcompensate for stuff. You buy physical things and then you wonder why a woman only cares about your money. Because, hey, Mr. Dipshit, the only thing that you've been throwing around is how wealthy you are, how rich you are. Hey, babe, look at my car. Hey, look at my clothes. Hey, look at my house. Hey, look at my bank account. Hey, look how rich I am. Well, if that's all you lead with, that shows the only thing that's worth a value of you, your money. And some of you get mad that women only want you for your money, but that's all that you got. You got all this money, but you have no personality. You were born rich, some of you. So none of you have to work for anything, so you don't have the necessary skills. And you don't think that you have to work at it because you can just buy your way out of everything. What happens, ladies and gentlemen, when the power grid goes down? What happens when money doesn't exist anymore? You know, this is something that I heard from Kala. He's like, some of you ladies that think polygamy is disgusting and all this type of stuff. It's like, I think that most of the world, men and women, have a very, very immature view on polygamy. Polygamy, this polyamory shit. No, there's only one king in the kingdom. Sorry, that might be my toxic trait, but whatever. There's only one king in the kingdom. You can do all that type of stuff, but it's like in my world, it's like I see this. You know, it's like kings typically had multiple wives. And it's like, and especially it'd be like black women too, that be acting like in our culture that there weren't men with multiple wives. The whole Bible was written about black people. All that stuff going on with the Euphrates and the Nile and Egypt, that's all Africa. And all these people that you think that has been whitewashed at this point, it's like this was all black people, and some of them have multiple wives. Some people have one wife. Some people have multiple wives. But it's hilarious how we try to act like we know everything, and sometimes the history's right there in your face. It literally makes more sense for there to be multiple women per man. Women quite literally outnumber men, especially when it comes to black men and black women. Black women outnumber black men. Literally. So if you had it your way and everything was fair, you know, it's like some of you black women wouldn't have mates. This is just math here. But we have been so comfortable in society that we think we've gotten so far away from nature, it's hilarious. What is like one of the strongest things for men? Half of y'all got like wolf pack, wolf pictures and lions and shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of you men be like, yeah, this man talking some real shit. You can't even make a good decision for yourself. And you think you're ready to have multiple women that you have to lead. You know what I'm saying? You think that you can like really convince multiple women to get down with the get down for you, and you can't even make a good decision in your own life. So some of you remember, yeah, my man spitting. Yeah. No. Some of y'all need to calm the whole fuck down. And I'm not even, I'm talking to you too. The guys that have so many, I got bitches. I got Miss Monday, Miss Tuesday, Miss Wednesday. Yeah, I'm pimping like that. No. Because, see, the thing is, you will never be able to fulfill them emotionally. You might be able to sling some dick, but we all know when it comes to sex with anybody, male, female, gay, straight, whoever, whatever, it's like you have to, at some point, be able to fulfill somebody, mind, body, and spirit. Do you have enough to fulfill everybody, mind, body, and spirit? The funny thing is, it's like a lot of men, they're still thinking with their dicks. We look at polygamy as only sex. If you were to find out, like some of y'all were actually another thing that y'all, like everybody, like women are more afraid of like doing and entering in that type of relationship with is telling your family, telling people, because you're still too focused on what other people think. I live my life, blah, 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 but you would never enter it because you wouldn't want to tell somebody that you are in a polygamous relationship where there's another woman and y'all are all living happily and peacefully. Why does it matter if y'all are actually living happily and peacefully? Now, some people aren't built for that and some are. I'm not trying to force that. I'm just trying to like propose it to the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like I honestly see myself as a one woman type of dude anyway, so I'm not even trying to like set it up for myself. I'm just saying like, these are the things, and we have women that think they know what they want, but you don't. But then we have men that think they're deserving of shit, and they're not deserving nothing either. And I always sit back, and it's like, you know what? It's like I told y'all, this is just a venting session. It's just like, and I might have a whole bunch of incomplete thoughts out here, but I'm just gonna keep on talking. It's like I really sit back, and I'm like, wow. Look at all these unhappy people that are looking for happiness in each other's physical vessels. That's all half of the reason some of y'all are in relationships. Because that's a consistent source of sex. That's a guy that you can say, oh, I have a man. And some of y'all are in relationships for the wrong reasons. And I just sit back and that frustrates me. Because there are very, very good men, very, very good women out there that are single and lonely because everybody that should be their partners is too distracted with this lower level relationship shit. Some of y'all don't realize the toxic ass traits that you are getting passed down from your parents. You know? It's like y'all are, sometimes y'all don't even realize, I'm not going to be like my parents. And you don't realize that some of that shit's in your subconscious, male and female. And instead of sitting down and be like, you know what, fuck what the world is interested in, what do I want? Then some of y'all don't go as far. Men and women alike don't realize how delusional some of y'all's expectations are. Once again, I'm not like the biggest Kevin Samuels fan, but when he breaks down the salary, you know, like, oh, I want, and my man has to make at least 100 grand. So you want the 1%? Are you a 1%? Yes, I am. With your fake ass nails, your fake ass hair, you know, your fake ass face, your butt lifts, your implants, all this fakeness, but you want real love. Gentlemen, you trick a chick into thinking that you're rich. You lie to her the entire time. You lie to her and say, I'm your friend. I want to get to know you. I want to learn about you. But then you're just doing it until you get some sex and then you're on to the next one. Why? There's a whole bunch of low-hanging fruit that will open their legs up to everyone. Why do you have to play with a good woman's emotions? And I'm just sitting back with my lonely ass talking to the goddamn sock monkey. I'm just like, so y'all are giving y'all's times to these pieces of shit. Y'all are ignoring all these red flags that I can see clear as day, but y'all just, It's baffling to me, man. Moving on to just the fact that the world doesn't seem to be using their goddamn brains, man. You know, what happened to Mr. Pouchy? I'm saying the name wrong on purpose. What happened to him? We ain't seen him on the news in a long time. All that fear-based programming y'all been getting bombarded with Falcon punches and stuff. Changing, I'm not going to speak too much on that because I like this video right now because I'm actually feeling better by venting. But nevertheless, you know, you got all these people out here that got so much programming and then y'all don't realize y'all moving the goalpost. A lot of y'all aren't thinking for yourselves. What was it? It was Vogue or Cosmo. Like the author of it actually apologized for their role in like the women's rights movement or something like that, realizing that they put out a whole bunch of propaganda that literally divided men and women. The popular publication, I forgot which one it was, literally came out and apologized. The author, the writer, the publicist, whatever, publisher, like really said, yo, I really do need to apologize for what I published. It was just for views. It was just to sell papers. It was just to this and that. And some of y'all are still in that world. Red pill YouTube or your favorite feminazi online. They get the view. These are the same people. Like, y'all don't realize, I know I said I wanted to move forward, but fuck it, we back. You know, it's like, y'all don't realize, men and women, for all of you women-hating men and you men-hating women, y'all don't realize how much y'all want validation from the people that you say you can't stand so much. I gave the example. Well, did I? I can't remember if I actually recorded that one or not. Sometimes I forget what I record and what I talk about, and what I just talk about with myself. But nevertheless, it's like you women-hating men out there. If you were to wake up one day and there was a line of the perfect woman for you, whoever she is, and they were lined up outside the door ready to have your kids, you'd be so fucking happy. You would. You know, you'd be like, wow, oh my gosh, okay, well, let's go, ladies, come on in. And some of y'all not even that. Some of y'all would get the women that are perfect for you. You would bitch up in the situation. You know, you guys you're actually here for me? Where's the joke? We're actually here for you, Stan. We love you, Stan. We're ready for you. So some of y'all ain't even ready. Y'all just talking shit on the internet. Ladies, y'all know whenever y'all see a nice guy, y'all don't like the nice guy. You want the guy that's dominant. You want the guy that's going to do this and that and throw you around and just take control. But only the right man can take control. And he's nice, but I don't know. Oh my God, there's Chad. I just sit here and I watch a bunch of children that refuse to grow up. I see a bunch of women that don't want to be women no more. You are literally birthed with the greatest gift in the world, the ability to give birth. And y'all see that as, but that's going to mess up my body. That's going to ruin my career. What the fuck is a career? What is money? Gentlemen, it's like the same shit goes for you. Oh, I got this money now. I got this thing now. What is money? If the power goes out and you can't spend it nowhere, what's money? What is it? So that's conditional. We have so much conditional love in this world. And it's just crazy to me, man. You know, women, you are nurturing. I just got off the phone with my mom and she was talking about how it's cute to watch a dog sleep. The simple things in life. Just like how it's nice, you know, for like it's like back in the day, y'all look at it as servitude and slavery because somehow, but like back in the days when like the woman would have a dry martini ready for the husband that just came back from work. It's like y'all look at that as slavery, but a lot of you women don't give a fuck about what makes a man happy as long as you're happy. I be seeing all these, like, you know, and sorry biker guys if y'all watch this video, but I be seeing a whole bunch of like the dudes in the bike groups, in the bike clubs, whatever, be unhappy as hell, bitching and complaining about their wives. Because they're doing everything to make them happy, but they're killing themselves making you happy, and you ladies don't show appreciation for that shit no more. But then y'all demonize your girlfriend that gets in a relationship. Y'all don't realize how jealous and spiteful y'all are of y'all's girlfriend that gets in a relationship and is actually happy to not serve like in that way, but actually in a way serve her man. Because men, sometimes y'all can't stop thinking with your dicks, and y'all got a perfectly good woman. My friend, my first ex, she was in that type of situation. I see her trying so hard to make it work. You know, she's like letting the man have whatever it is. She allows him to have, you know, multiple people. If she can have multiple people, that's the part I disagree with. But hey, that's their relationship, you know. And it's like she's doing whatever. But like I be trying to ask her, are you happy though? I make it work. So you're not even happy. Put yourself in a situation where you are. But sometimes I ask y'all, this is the things I ask the guys in the semen retention stuff. What brings you pleasure? Or mainly though, but like move it more to this situation. What makes you happy? And I'm not saying what would satisfy you. I'm not saying what makes you comfortable and complacent, blah, blah, blah. I'm asking you what makes you happy. And I'm saying fuck the relationship. Fuck a man, fuck a woman, fuck everything. You as the individual, what are the small things in life that make you happy? Watching a dog sleep brought my mother happiness. Watching me sleep as a child brought my mom happiness. How many of you would say, if I were to ask you, a 25 through 27-year-old woman that wants to date me, whatever, and I were to ask you, what makes you happy? I don't think some of y'all will be able to answer that question without money being involved. I don't think you would. Because y'all don't stop and smell the goddamn roses. This guy makes me laugh. I'm happy with him. Time goes. He stimulates my thoughts. He makes me better. These are the things I'm looking for a woman to say. None of them had anything to do with money. Stimulates my thoughts. Some of y'all use, like, you know, another thing, this is what, you know, drop a gem. It's like, you know, one of the things that I actually dropped on one of my friends, he asked me this question. We've had this happened a while back, but nevertheless, we were just having the conversation. And I was like, you know what, bro? It's like a woman that can use what's between her ears more than what's between her legs. Because when you meet me, I am celibate. I'm celibate until I meet the right one that understands whatever it is. If we do have that situation where I part with this energy and I end my semen retention, it's like I want you to understand what I just did for you because I respect you that much, because I love you so much, because I want to share this with you, because I care about you so much. I'm willing to share this very important part of my quite literal essence with you. But some women don't use what's between their ears, their brains. They don't use it. That's why for me, I get so bored in dating some of you little girls. So tell me, like, what do you be thinking about? What's like one of those crazy thoughts that you had? I mean, is there like something that you think about? Is there something unique that you do or something? It's like, what's a shower thought that you had? What's one of those things that you were thinking of? Have you thought of creating anything new? And I'm just like, these aren't hard questions. And this is like the funniest thing when the script gets flipped on y'all, when it says, no, you want me to impress you as the woman. No, you impress me because I don't need you. And what I've quickly found is, like, when you take sex out of the equation, a lot of you women ain't got shit to offer. And that's a bad thing for me to say out here for some reason. It's crazy. It's frustrating, because I'm working on myself to make myself the best version of myself. And sometimes it's like I'm looking for, like, one of the things I drop on my guys is like, look, I'm not laying with nobody, because there's always that potential. You can wear as much protection as you want. There's always that chance that this woman could become the mother to my daughter. Would you want this woman in her state right now to raise your daughter? And a lot of y'all, the answer is no. Because you're not going to teach my daughter how to be a woman. You're going to teach her how to be a little girl. Beautiful. Some of y'all are beautiful, gorgeous, amazing. But then it's like, sadly enough, y'all will not teach my daughter how to be a good wife. What makes a good wife? Y'all already know my answers to that. And some of y'all are just physical. Some of y'all are just a body. And y'all think that's going to be enough to trap a man. Let's just be real, ladies. Y'all have heard y'all's aunties talk about how they locked him down. They got that baby out of him. That is disrespectful to the highest. You brought a life in here just to trap somebody for some security. Just like how men play with women's emotions to get what they want, and then they just leave, even though they had no intentions of anything real with them. Why are we lying to each other so much? Why do we do that? But then when we meet someone that's actually honest with each other, like someone that will tell me I got something in my teeth, somebody that would tell me that wasn't the right move, someone that would tell me that they don't think that I'm doing enough to make their life better, their life. Like, that's something that I know I could be a problem with. I'm a motivator, even if you ain't ready to do something for your own world. Yo, you can do more, babe. You could do more. Do that. Wait, you keep on pushing me, telling me I'm doing enough. Why do I have to be extraordinary and you can just be ordinary? That don't make no sense. And that's the things that, like, adds up in me. I'm working so hard to be myself, and I'm like, why sometimes? Why do I need to work on myself so hard if these women will give themselves to a piece of shit dude? Why do I need to work on myself so hard? Why do I need to keep on achieving? And that's where I need to talk to most men. Some of y'all want to give up and just turn into scumbags because why not? Because that's who gets all the attention anyway. Man, fuck everybody else. Men, women, whoever. You need to make yourself happy, and that's the problem. Half of y'all are waiting for somebody to come complete you. Half of y'all are waiting for somebody to come give you something. And that's just not what it should be. You should be in relationships with people because you genuinely care about them, because you actually like them. There are plenty of people that are here for just the physical. Just be clear with your emotions. Ladies, y'all want us to play so many games. I'm not here for a quick hookup. But the same guy that drops a funny ass one-liner or a dad joke, he's funny, I want to have sex with him. What? It makes no sense. That's why in the dating app world, we do the opposite of what you want. If you say you're ready for a relationship, we don't believe you. If you say you're not here for a hookup, we don't believe you until proven otherwise. But a lot of you women don't feel the need to prove yourselves, so y'all just sit here as the judgment, but then y'all don't realize, y'all wonder why y'all can never be in a long-term relationship. Because y'all think y'all are the prize, and some of y'all are not. Just like how some of you men are not the prize. Some of you men are crappy individuals that got mommy and or daddy issues, and you take out your frustrations on women. That's some bullshit. And I see y'all. And like there be times like, you be around the guys and they be saying some shit, and I just be like, that's not right. That doesn't make sense. A lot of you men think you're leaders, but the second the pressure gets hot, or like, it gets really pressure, or, like you're in the high stakes situation or whatever, you crack. You crack. You want a woman to take your lead, but you are not a leader. You're not. Can't provide, can't lead, can't do nothing, but you want a woman to give you everything. And then you bitch and complain about it on the internet, and some of y'all sink so low to go into other women's comment sections to go talk shit about them. Some of y'all waste your time literally harassing women because you fucked up, because you failed to take accountability for shit. Why'd you stick your dick in somebody if you weren't ready for a baby? Sex is more than just this physical sensation, gentlemen. Life can be brought into this world because of it. That is the purpose of sex, which is why some people wait till marriage to have sex. And then you as men, if you're like, because I was talking, I'm not going to say names, I don't want to put people's business out there, but someone close to me at a certain point in my life was just like, you know what? I was like, yeah, so I practice this thing called semen retention because like the dating world makes no sense. And I found this way to make myself better, and I feel so confident, I feel so this, and don't get me wrong, obviously this whole video is me just venting, but like, it's just like, this dude kept telling me, man, that's some weird shit, man, just go get you some pussy, bro. And I'm like, okay, I'm used to that, whatever, bro. But he just kept saying it over. And man, just go get you some pussy. Okay, cool. So like, what you doing? Yeah, I did this. But I just find it crazy that you don't be fucking. Man, you need to go out there and get you some pussy, bro. So that's all your low vibrational ass can think about. That's all some of y'all think about. Y'all's lives are dictated by sex. If I don't get sex, I'm not a man, and I can't assert my dominance on anybody. And then y'all be out here fantasizing, projecting all the crazy shit that y'all gonna do, and some of y'all don't know how to fuck. Some of y'all literally don't know how to have sex. Some of y'all think it's just, and that's it. The woman's over here just like uncomfortable, like, she's not enjoying this situation, but you talking all that shit. Once again, this is something I just learned from my female friends. Somebody that they were attracted to, and then they start getting into the situation. Y'all don't know how to set the scene. I'm not even talking about the flowers. I'm talking about while you're in the thralls of passion. It's like y'all don't know how to like maneuver the energy. Y'all don't know how to make her feel wanted, make her feel heard in the moment. Y'all don't do none of this shit because all y'all doing is focusing on your nut. So then you finally get that thing that you want so damn bad, and then you don't even know what to do with it. And I'm just sitting back here like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going out here saying, because like, mind you, been celibate for years now. Ain't touched nothing, ain't been touched. For me, I have issues with being vulnerable with people. I don't like being vulnerable. It's like I'm ready for it. But you gotta show me something. Everybody in the dating world, us young people have so many walls, barriers, attack dogs. We got a couple Loch Ness monsters swimming in a moat around the castle. We got laser turrets on anybody that wants to get close. We don't even give people the opportunity to get close to us, but we wonder why we can't find nobody. It's like me, I'm all like, people will say I'm incredibly open. I am venting my issues, and I don't care what nobody thinks about what I got to say. Because sometimes I have the belief in my little romanticized world in my mind. It's like sometimes I believe my wife is watching my videos right now. I believe my wife could be watching my video right now. And everything I said, she's just shaking her head like, I'm so ready to do that for a man. Oh my God, if I met him, if I would do this, I could do that. There's some women that would say, that are actually shaking their head in agreement with some of the things that I'm saying. They might have a little reservations here and there, but they are a lot more open to a man's perspective on things than most of their own girlfriends. But no, I agree with him on that. This is maturity. Some women don't want to get off of their platform that some like simp ass dudes put them on. Some of y'all don't realize the role of the internet that has had on the overall image of most women. No disrespect, but it is what it is. We just know that generally speaking, there are some women that are super attractive, and there's some women that do not quite fit the mold of what we deem attractive in society. Let's just put it nicely like that. Okay? But even the average looking woman can get a whole bunch of attention from men. So you as a woman that is really not on the scale, that in before all the dating apps, before all the social media, before all of this, you better either throw a mean like cooking game, and no disrespect, but you better have a mean gawk game, if you catch my drift. It's like you better have something to like make a man say, hey, yo, I mean, she may not be all that to look at, but bruh, you tasted her casserole, my guy? No, I would stay with her just for that. Yo, that thing that she did, that crazy technique that I ain't even seen a pretty chick do. I mean, hey, some men can be like, suckered in like that. But those skills and those traits that you would have had to develop as an ugly woman, no disrespect, it's like you don't have to now because your head's being gassed up by horny ass dudes on the internet. Likewise, gentlemen, same for you. You know what I'm saying? Without Photoshop, without taking pictures on other people's cars, without, like all this type of shit, most women wouldn't even see you. Because you're just spineless, because you'll never speak up, because you'll never approach a woman, or if a woman actually comes up to you. There was actually a funny story I saw. It was like pretty much like the old school way that women used to do. Women used to drop the handkerchief. And they'd be like, oh, excuse me, ma'am, you dropped your handkerchief. And you'll have us thinking that the men sought you out. The men approached you, but you dropped it in the first place because you saw him and you wanted to give him a reason. Sometimes y'all be like, you will laugh at a man these days that tries to, he thought he could get me. Oh my God. Fuck me for actually showing some interest in you as a woman. But now, for some reason, me trying to, go up to a woman and actually spark conversation, it's like, but then you'll go back and complain that say that the men that you think you want don't want to come up to you. It's just crazy. We in this world now that everybody's world is dictated by algorithms, and some people don't even know that. We got people out here that are Democrat that should be Republican. We got Republicans out here that should be Democrat. And neither one of you know that neither one of them gives a shit about you in the first place. Neither one of them gives a shit about you. Mr. President, Mr. Biden, Mr. Trump, could you do this for us? Oh my God, we're blaming everything on them. My life is in shambles, and then thanks, Biden. What do you mean, thanks, Biden? Biden had nothing to do with your fat ass not going to the gym. Biden had nothing to do with your single ass. Biden had nothing to do with you getting a job. The unemployment rate is skyrocketing. But what's that got to do with you? Because you don't know how to market yourself. Because you don't know how to write a cover letter. Because you don't know how to write a resume. What is going on in the world where it's just default victimhood? But then if you're not a victim, then you're a bossy, you're a bossy person. Let's talk about the independent women real quick. I think y'all are beautiful when I see y'all walking around. Y'all are a little bit more emotionally unavailable than most women. But when I see y'all walking around doing your own thing, I'm like, you go right on ahead. Yes, sir. Or I guess in this situation, yes, ma'am. Keep doing your thing. But now we're in this situation too. We're like, men want to be women, women want to be women want to be men. But then it's just like, we're over here making up genders now. What are your pronouns? Let's talk about these fucking pronouns, like the demon pronouns. Let's talk about the regular pronouns. We get offended. Did you just assume my gender? So you have breasts in a vagina, you have ovaries, you have softer skin, you have a smaller build, generally speaking. That's classified as a woman. We go into the animal kingdom. You can identify the male species and the female species by the feather color, by the size of the animal, by the way it swims in the fucking water. I don't know. But now all of a sudden in this comfortable ass society that we live in, all of a sudden we are offended when someone calls a duck a duck. That's crazy to me. It makes no sense. Don't call me sir, I'm ma'am. What? Actually, what? Now, if this is something that you truly do believe in your mind and you are this, then hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy to me. You walk up to my 6'2" black ass man, and excuse me, what are your pronouns? What the fuck do you think they are? Shouldn't I be able to be offended if you come up to me with my chin hair, with my testosterone, with my penis and testicles dangling between my legs? Shouldn't I be offended to that question? What are your pronouns? What do you think they are? That's like the equivalent of those videos when people be walking up to the people wearing the Walmart vests and stuff. Do you work here? Walmart vest. You see my walkie-talkie. You gonna ask me a dumbass question like that? That's crazy to me. You know, like I always see myself speaking in schools, and maybe this is the type of videos they'll never let me into school, but whatever. I could tailor my message for anybody. It's like, it's crazy to me if me and my friend joke about this. You'd be like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone gasps. Ladies and gentlemen, what about the transgender community? All right, ladies, gentlemen, and trans. What about the non-binary community? You are sexist, you're racist, because you didn't go through this big-ass laundry list of pronouns. Hello, people. I don't identify as person. Oh my fucking God. People sitting in chairs. Chairs have rights too. I quit. I'm walking out. This is the world that we live in. And then we're conspiracy theorists when we like point out things to you about all the things that are set in place to literally curb the population growth. I mean, like, it's just crazy to me, the world that we live in. It's crazy to me. No one can handle rejection. No one can handle conflict without screaming at somebody. Like conflict. People try to avoid it so much that you only cause it. I can't handle conflict properly, so instead of actually having a civilized conversation, I'm just going to yell at you. And the louder I yell, that means I'm right. The more followers I have on Twitter, that means I'm right. Oh, who said that? Where are your sources? Here's all of my sources right here, organized. I got their color. I don't want to see that. So why did you even bother? I literally gave you the reason why I believe what I believe, and you're going to ignore it? To get a job, you must inject yourself with something. To maintain your job, you must inject yourself with something, even though the thing that you're injecting with, you could still get the thing that the injection was supposed to prevent. So why do I have to get it if it clearly don't work? Because so-and-so said, because I had to, because did. And that shows me a whole bunch of people that aren't willing to think. Some of you women think that you are ready to be with a man like me, with a man like us out here, that are willing to go against the grain, that are willing to stand alone. And we're ready to stand alone. That's just how we got down when we were by ourselves. But then you're going to come into our lives to tell us to conform. Because you're scared, because you don't trust in my leadership, because you're not ready to disappear off the face of the planet with me. You got, girls be like conniving against girls, dudes be plotting against dudes be trying to wait for their moment, like, oh damn, that's crazy. Hey, how'd that argument? Oh, y'all argued? Man, that's crazy. Man, I've always thought that he wasn't the best dude, man. You know what? You should be with a dude like me. Excuse me? Like, it's like, that's the trap. I do believe, like, entrapment is a little bit wrong, but on the same tip, like, it should be respected. You know, like, I wouldn't be mad if a girl that I was talking to, really feeling, we're starting to talk, we're starting to get serious. I wouldn't even be mad if she sent her girl to try to, like, seduce me. I wouldn't be mad. Because, like, if I were real, she shouldn't have to worry about that. You know, it's like, if I say I'm committed to you, now this is only if we have said we are committed to one another. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then I step out on our arrangement, I step out on our agreement, I step out on what we promised to one another. Then if I stepped out, that makes me a piece of shit individual. Now, if y'all were just talking and one of y'all jumped to a conclusion, that's your fault. And people don't want to take that level of responsibility. Well, I gave it up 4 times, so we're together now. No. This is what happens when you get into an adult relationship and you actually make it very clear for the record what it is that you are looking for and what you're not. The world is so soft. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm Mr. Tough Guy. And, oh, he wanna fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck him up. Because I'm not a fighter. I'm really not. I'm very much a pacifist. I'm looking to talk my way out of any situation. But like, sometimes it's like the world burdens, like, it's like the world just like bothers me. Because I'm just like, wow, everybody's bitching and complaining, but a lot of these people are just the cause of their own problems. I am not out of this conversation. I am not someone that doesn't do this. I make my own problems for myself. Like I said to myself, I have to do things my own way, even if it's at my detriment. I have said this about myself. You know what I'm saying? I've said this about myself. So I know I'm not perfect. But the thing is, I'm a very self-aware individual. The fact I'm even having this venting session shows that I know that I have a whole bunch of pent-up rage that I just need to yell out to the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's just baffling to me that most of the world doesn't know that they are the root of their problems, because they bought into a message that wasn't their own. Everything I believe into this point is like some things I hear and I sit with it. I'm like, do I believe in that? Some things make a lot more sense and I can accept those. I can accept those into my world until new evidence arises, you know? But sometimes I hear some stuff even from spiritual people, even from red pill, even from semen retention stuff. And I'd be like, oh, that don't sound right. But some people are those ones. I saw it on the internet, so it's right. That's a joke. That's a meme. But like, nevertheless, there are some people like that. I saw it on the internet, therefore it's true. I'm not going to fact check anything. I saw it on Twitter. Yes, because Twitter isn't just some person sitting behind their phone typing away to appease all the people that like their message. For example, like doing like XRP research. One of the things that I have done enough. But it's like everybody's saying it's gonna moon, it's gonna moon, it's gonna moon. I've been investing for about 3-4 years now. And every year at some point, there's some piece of news that comes out. Oh, it's gonna moon now. Look at the charts. Look at the. And like, I'm just sitting here. I'm like, it hasn't happened yet. So why would I believe it now? I'll believe it when it happens. But it's like, I will practice discernment. There are so many parents that are out here raising their kids with tablets. The fact that we are sending our kids to school, it's like because you chose to work, because you still have to work your 9 to 5, because you still have all these debts, you still have to punch a clock. I'm there myself, and I'm trying to break up out of that, and I don't want to return back to it. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm still young. I don't have a life. I don't have responsibilities. I don't have people attached to my decisions. So I can do what I gotta do. I can move freely, at least in that regard. But some of y'all have lives in this, like, that are attached to you. You have people that are dependent on you, and you still can't think for yourself. So now you let them go into school, and then you will discipline them based off of somebody else's program. That's all school is a program. Hey, we have all the programs for the school. We have a whole bunch of before and after school programs for the kids. That's exactly what they're called, but I'm a conspiracy theorist when I point it out like that. Filling all their heads up with all this useless information. You plop your kids down in front of a TV instead of walking around with them and asking them what they think. And then whenever your kids think something differently of you, whenever your kids think something differently from you, you try to correct them and get them to think correctly. You never thought that your kid might be right about something because they haven't been brainwashed like you? People close to me, I'd be talking to them and it sounds like I can't break through the programming. I'm like, you only believe that because that's what was told to you. That's what you were taught. That's the only reason you believe in that. Because otherwise, tell me something that wasn't taught to you in the church. Tell me something that wasn't taught to you in the school. Cheeseburgers and a carton of milk. That's a combination of food that makes sense. Cheeseburger and milk. Even when you're by yourself, when you go to Chick-fil-A, you don't say, damn, I want a glass of milk. No, you get a cheeseburger and a soda. Cheeseburger and some tea, a soda or something. Not like to say that these are better, but nevertheless, it makes a little bit more sense than milk. A carton of milk. You know what I'm saying? The maltodextrin that's in those chips that I poisoned myself with. You know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't even read the ingredients because I just wanted something to fill my freaking face with. Oh, you're supposed to eat 3 times a day. You're supposed to eat this. You're allowed to eat this. Where do you get your protein from? This is that crazy thing called Google you can use to go learn. And I just see so many people that don't know how to think for themselves. That's why I always go back to the relationship stuff, because that's something that's relevant to me. Some guy that's actually ready to love, ready to give himself to a woman, ready to do whatever we gotta do. And some of y'all, like all these marriages that be failing and shit. You know, what's the point of you getting married and having these vows, for better or for worse? The second things look even the slightest bit sketchy, y'all ready to jump ship. Prenups. Holy shit. Prenups. That's what I meant to talk about, but I went on a whole nother tangent. Prenups. It's like women are so reluctant to sign them because you know what you're signing away. But then you get mad at the guy for even bringing it up. And then you want to throw guilt in our face. You have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You're expecting us to fail. You would be defending the thing that gives you half of my shit because we didn't work out. What do I get from you if we don't work out? Oh, bills, debt, and alimony, and child support and shit. But if things don't work out between us, then all of a sudden you can just take away half of my stuff. You could take the house, take the kid, take the car. You could take all this stuff just because you're a woman? And that's fair, right? So, but if I try to protect myself, the same thing I was doing before I met you, you want me to say, don't protect yourself from anything that could happen. Because people change. You were dating that kid in high school and y'all thought y'all were going to get married. Don't things change? We've all been through that. We've all dated people and things change. So in the event that they do, why is it so hard for us to just split ways? Why is it a problem for me to see it like this? In your way of thinking, you win. You get a +1. -1 zeros +1s. If we split up, you get +1. I get -1. But with me saying, how about we just take what we do and we just split and go our separate ways. Neither one of us, that's equality right there. But some of y'all don't want that. And then some of you men be so bitter that your relationship failed and she took half of my shit, she took the because you didn't do what you had to do as a man. You didn't protect. You have to be able to love yourself before you can love somebody else. Can you protect yourself? Okay, when you can protect yourself, then you're ready to protect somebody else. But in the meantime, that just shows that you can't protect yourself as a man. These are the things that I think about in my free time because I'm thinking about the world that I'm going to bring a child into. And I think about how my difference, the way that I think, is going to impact that child. And am I going to make them too different? Am I going to make them in a way that they can't get down because I'm so different? Am I going to be projecting my beliefs on them when I see them acting like everyone else, being a regular kid, trying to participate in fads and shit? Am I going to get mad every time I see them trying to fit in because I picked my path? Am I going to be projecting on my... These are the things I stress out about. And I use that term stress out. I'm stressing about a kid that I don't even have yet. But these are all the factors that go into me bringing another life into this world. That's why I spend so much time talking about women, because women, y'all are the gatekeepers to that in my world. And I have to go through y'all with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that y'all ain't got no stuff hiding in there. To make sure your intentions are pure. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have no problem standing up to your father. I have no problem standing up to your mother. I will show them the utmost respect until they don't show it back to me. But then if your parents don't act right in my presence, how are you going to treat me when things don't work out? I'm not scared to ask the questions. I'm not scared to go there with people. I'm over here talking about a sensitive topic with people cutting their dicks off and people thinking that's normal with these sex changes. If that's the decision you felt, that's fine. Go right ahead. I'll call you ma'am. I'll call you sis, whatever. But I find it crazy how a man could look down at that thing that he was born with, that thing that, quote, quote, God, or if you don't believe in God, that thing that nature birthed him with. And you say, you know what? I want to cut that off. You are born with the portal to life as a woman. And you say, you know what? I don't want this. I want a penis. To go against nature doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. This is the world that we are bringing children into. And then, like, I know my kids are going to be called bigots one day. I know my kid, like, I have an unpopular opinion. Like, we are at the point now where there's so much white guilt in the world that white people can't even be proud for being white. But we can put black fists up everywhere. Black power, black pride, black this, black that. But white people that ain't done shit wrong to us can't say something nice about themselves. They can't be happy about who they are. You have nothing to be happy about as a white person. Excuse me? My best friend is white. There are differences between us, yes. I go out in the sun, I don't burn. He goes out into the sun, he burns. But guess what? I love him like a brother because I know that he will go out of his way for me before some black people will, before some other brown-skinned people will. He will go out of his way to help me before some of you. And we're just like, we just get together and we just bash white people. Now I know that us black people, when we get together and we have like the white bashing sessions, we are talking about the racist white people, the ignorant white people. And that's some things that some white people do not understand. Why is it that we always have to be so divided? Why is it when a white person supports black people, he's pandering? He's pandering. And whenever a black person says, hey guys, I mean, yeah, there's some bad blood between us, but we don't have to hate one another. You know, oh, you're an Uncle Tom. You just in the white man's world and you think that it's like, oh my gosh. Why is it that we always jump to such extremes with everything nowadays? Race, sex, religion, relationships, whatever. We have to jump to extremes. And when someone has a perfectly logical argument to a point that can even shut us up, we don't want to say, I didn't think about that. You know, it's I'm open-minded. Like, you be lying your ass off in these interviews. You be lying your asses off when y'all do. Yeah, I'm a very open-minded individual. When people are down with them, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm very open-minded. Doesn't mean I have to agree with everything. But why do I have to agree with every single thing? We will never agree on everything. I'm not even talking about just race. Just in general. You won't even agree with everything when it comes to your parents. You won't agree with everything with your own brothers and sisters. How are you going to agree with someone that was raised in a completely different culture, a different way of thinking? You know, now it's like I have my own beliefs, you know, it's like I do think that people should stick together. I think races should stick together. But can I ignore the fact that there's been some beautiful people built or beautiful people created from interracial relationships? Cool. I love love. Wherever you find your love, who the fuck cares what I think? If you're gay, go be gay. If you're straight, go be straight. If you're a white man that legitimately loves black women, then go get you a black woman. Go get you a Mexican woman. Go get you an Asian woman. If y'all are in cahoots, if y'all love that, then cool. Go love who you want to love. Go fuck who you want to fuck. I don't care what you do. I just have my own beliefs. I love my women. I love my black women. But we are the most destroyed race in the world, where we will go outside of our race before even looking at our own. And that's the problem I have. I have a friend from high school. I have never seen him date a black woman before. He has dated everything but a black woman. He doesn't like black women as a black man. You were birthed from a black woman, Mr. Guy. And you have I have never seen you date a black woman. That's crazy. And that's the one thing that some, people from other races will not understand. We are the main race of people that will go outside of our own. And that's why there is a healing that we require. It's like, that's why some people automatically jump to racism when it comes to Kala. There's some things that I'm still out, the jury's still out with me on. But like when I go listen to Kala and he be saying, it's like, look, I'm not preaching racism. I'm just saying that we as black people need to come back together. We need to go live amongst one another again. We need to build with one another. That's why we need to support black-owned businesses, black-owned art, black-owned this and that, black-owned da. Because it's like, that's how we build ourselves back up. And then we look at ourselves and some of y'all don't understand how much stuff has gone down with us. I'm gonna see if I can find it while I'm typing or while I'm talking. But like there was man, she like really broke it down. If you really see all the stuff that has been gone down and like been implanted in our minds consciously, subconsciously, some of the stuff that's passed down through our DNA, this stuff right here, this shit that makes us brown, black people, it's like, yes, that makes us different, but we are not taught about this. When you are in chemistry class, chemi means black. Street, the study of black. That's all chemistry is. But they will never use the term melanin. We are not taught about ourselves. Indian people. Why do you think they were called Indians? Because the original peoples of this planet were indigo. They were blue-black. But they don't tell you that in history. They just tell you, oh, we settled in Jamestown in 1607. That was the first establishment. And then we just started to move west. We just walked on the cross. They don't tell you about the slaughters. They don't tell you about the massacres of the indigenous people, the black people that walked around these people. It wasn't just the Native Americans with these long flowing hair. They were people that looked like me on these lands before y'all. And y'all don't know that. Y'all, some white people, Asian people, Hispanic people, whatever. It's like y'all don't know your history, so you are quite literally ignorant. That term ignorant simply means you lacked certain knowledge. That's all it means. It's not derogatory to say that somebody's ignorant. They simply do not know this. But then when you're faced with this truth, some of these truths are so hard for you to understand that you just say, that can't be real. Oh, that's fake. Oh, you're exaggerating. And sometimes, yes, I am with the stop the beef between the black people and the white people. But some of y'all don't realize they need us to fight. The elites that control all this shit need us to be fighting so they can keep on doing what they're doing. If we are distracted with one another at this low level, why would we turn our attentions to them? That's why in all these riots and stuff, that's why the Black Lives Matter movements and stuff, there are people like Antifa out there to literally go incite violence, to go make things look crazy. When we be wondering why, and don't get me wrong, there was some videos, but it's like, you know, when black people are going to black-owned businesses and looting and destroying, it's like, wait, why? Because they were duped into it. It's like y'all don't know about this stuff, but y'all call it conspiracy. A lot of people just dismiss things. I shall not commit the fashionable stupidity of regarding anything that I cannot explain as a fraud. Just because you are not hip to the information does not mean it wasn't real. Now, I'm not just saying believe everything you say because it came from a black person's mouth, because sometimes I be hearing some shit. I'm like, yo, you're going to have to prove that one to me, big dog. It's like, I'm not going to discount it, but that don't make no sense. You weren't able to explain it in a way that could, like, you know, that could convince me, you know? But some of y'all are so like, it's like, no, I want to stay in my way of thinking. I want to stay here. And it's just like, I'm just like, oh my God, can y'all just shut the fuck up for a minute? This person has literally been studying this information for years. They have devoted their life to study this, but you just want to go pay attention to what Kim Kardashian is wearing today. Y'all think that mind control is fake when half of the world's population is under mind control, and they told you it was fake. The word conspiracy was created by the CIA to discount people that were speaking the truth. But you still have all of your faith in this government. Govern your mentals. Trump, save us. Biden, save us. Save your fucking self. The banks are corrupt. The banks are corrupt. Why do you keep giving your money to the banks then? Why are you keep putting your money? You make all this money and then you just hand it over to the bank. The same people that you call, well, how else am I supposed to do it? You make your own bank. Make yourself your own bank. And then go play by their rules, and then you'll quickly see it. But you don't do the same thing that they do. You do it the right way. You know, people always be out here saying, go do something, go get a job, go do this. And then you realize how tough it is. It's like the freelancer. You find out how tough it is before you finally make it, before all the people know your name. You know, it's like you clown the SoundCloud rappers. Oh, you're never going to make it. But look at you projecting. Someone's actually going out there and putting out their work. They're putting out their effort. And all you can do is be a consumer and judge it. It's like, but that's not the, I don't even know. I was about to say some famous rappers, but that shows how aged I am. I was about to say Fetty Wap. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, nevertheless, I'm going to go listen to NLE Choppa. I'm going to go listen to Taylor Swift. I'm just going to go listen to who I know. I'm not going to give anybody else a chance, but like, I'm also going to go complain that all music sounds the same. This consumerist society full of people that cannot think for themselves are hilarious to me. These are the things that I think about in my free time. This is the stuff that I hold to myself, because we're in this world where everyone has to be respectful because everyone's so goddamn sensitive because no one can take criticisms. You know? It's like my friend said something to me. It was like a way back when. I forgot what it was. He was just saying, he was saying, it's like, well, you say that you want a job, but you keep on telling me all the things that you don't want to do. You know, and don't get me wrong, there's certain things that obviously, certain jobs, like there's certain things that you won't do as an individual. But I always remembered that, and I more so appreciated his honesty. Whether I agree or disagree with it, I'm happy that he was able to speak his mind to me. You see what I'm saying? And some of y'all say, I want somebody honest. I want some. No, you don't. You want your ass kissed. You really do, male and female. You want your ass kissed. And that's another reason why I keep so much to myself. Because number one, I know what most people are going to say because I'm damn near a therapist already. But this just goes into, like, who's the therapist's therapist? You know what I'm saying? Who's the therapist's therapist? You know? And it's like sometimes it's like you just don't hear what you want to hear. Or sometimes you're not even getting the right messages. Sometimes you can't even, no matter what the message is, no matter what people say, sometimes you can have the gems that are dropped on you, but you're just not ready to hear them. And that's a situation I find myself in a lot. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. It just is. You know, but that's just how I am sometimes. It's like I keep things in. I keep things bottled up because I care. Weirdly enough, I care. Some people, like in the whole women bashing section of this rant, you know, it's like some people go, oh, he's bitter. Oh, he's salty. Oh, no, I care. I care about especially the black community building itself back up. I care about all these types of things. But with me caring, and it just sometimes it feels like you're the only one that does care about whatever it is that you're passionate about, whatever it is that you know about. It's like you're the only one that sometimes you feel like you're the only one that cares at the level that you do. And it hurts sometimes. And sometimes it comes out all in one big ass breath like this. It just comes out. Some of these things that seem completely unrelated, but then the more you talk, you realize you've been holding on to all of this stuff. Sometimes you just need to talk. Now, yes, sometimes a lot of people that are just doing it for attention. A lot of people are just doing it to get the views, to get the pity clicks, all that type of stuff. I'm never doing it for that. I'm just talking because this is what I'm truly thinking about all the time. Sometimes I can turn it into gold, and sometimes I gotta play with the charcoal a little bit. Sometimes I get stuck because I'm not perfect. And I don't try to be. I'm a perfect imperfection. That's why I love Kevin Gates so much. You know, they always say never meet your idols, you know, whatever. But like, he's someone that I would love to just kick it with, spit game with, learn from. You know, I would love to just be around him. I would honestly love to talk to him and his wife and be like, so how does it that, like, how do y'all work? How do y'all get, what are your thoughts? Like, please, I really do recommend some of you black women out there, go look at Jerika Gates. Go look at what she does. Go look at how much of an impact that she had in his life. And go see if you even slightly measure up to what she is. That's who I be looking for. A woman, of course, I'm not looking for her. That's her individual. That's his woman, all that type of stuff. I respect that. But I'm saying, like, I'm looking for a woman with traits like that woman. If you were ever wondering, like, what my woman looks like, go look at Jerika Gates, Kevin Gates' wife. That's the type of energy I'm looking for. You know, and if you're my future wife looking at these videos and you be thinking about this, go look at that. That's what I'm looking for right there. Go listen to stories. Go listen to what she's put up with. Go listen to how she rode out with him. Go see how she rode for him. Go see the things that she did. Go see that. And y'all think that y'all are deserving of men like me. Men like that. Can you deal with this side of me? Yes, I'm smart. Yes, success just comes into my life. Blah, 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 blah. But can you deal with this part of me? Can you? Are you only here for the good? You feel me? For better or for worse. Are you only here for the better? Are you ready to deal with this? Are you ready to be the recipient of my coal, of my lead? Are you ready for that? Because if you're not deserving of the gold and the diamonds in my life. You feel me? I have no problem getting my hands dirty. I have no problem being uncomfortable because I'm very uncomfortable in life right now. You feel me? But it's just like, there's so many things that people think that they're deserving of in life and they're just not ready to put in the work for it. I said it myself. I'm not ready quite. I say I'm not ready for a relationship. Life will tell me that. If life puts somebody in front of me before I think I'm ready, I'm still going to accept the blessings of the life. But some of y'all be blocking y'all's blessings. You know, that's why, like, I don't watch too much red pill stuff. You know, but because it's like they find like the worst of the worst examples, but they be proving the points though. It's like they are the worst of the worst, but sometimes these are the ones that are scattered throughout the dating pool. Like it's like I don't know what red pill looks like for a woman's side of the channel, but nevertheless, it's like we see like these women come up, all these fake stuff. You don't realize all that acrylic, all that glue is being absorbed into your skin. One of the things when I go on dates with women is like I be looking at y'all's skin. If your skin's fucked up, that means there's fucked up stuff in your body. That shows that you're not taking care of yourself. As I have not been with my gangly ass, dirty ass nails, non-bathing. The second I do this, I'm gonna go finish this venting session with an exercise. I'm gonna clean up my apartment. I'm gonna work out, and I'm gonna get my mind right. Some of y'all be waiting for someone to come do that work for you, and you gotta do it yourself. You know, but I'm at the point now. I feel my throat closing up a little bit. So that's the Grammy music playing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, thank y'all for listening. I know most of y'all didn't make it 2 hours in, but it is what it is. Like, I just had to vent. And I hope something stuck with somebody in this whole conversation. You know I dug into ladies too much. I know I didn't really talk about men too much, but it just didn't come up in the vibe I was in, because I expect more from you. I don't put women on a pedestal. I expect more from you. There's high standards placed on men in this society. Well, I have the same high standards for women. And a lot of y'all are not fitting the mold. A lot of y'all are not stepping up into your womanhood. Y'all don't know the pride that comes with being a womb man. W-O-M-B, womb man. To be a female. F-E, the iron male. Y'all menstruate. What's in your blood? Iron. That's why the term exists. But y'all don't know that because y'all live in a state of ignorance, just like people of different races and backgrounds of one another's culture. Some of y'all don't know. You know, it's like, I know I was almost done, but fuck it. Let's reopen that can of worms. It's like some white people don't understand why black people can't stand the presence of white people. Y'all don't know about the tar and feathering. You don't know how they used to fix us. String us up upside. You seen Django and how they were talking about like how they had Django by the dick and they were about to cut him off? Y'all don't know that that's something they used to do to us. Some of y'all don't know that they cut our tongues out. If a slave master costs you learning, they cut your tongue out. Go listen to that freestyle by King Los. Was it Hot 95? King Los, Hot 97? Whatever. Just type in King Los freestyle. You know, LA Leakers. Yeah, LA Leakers. Go look at that freestyle and go listen to that. That's just the basics. Oh, man, I forgot. I got so sidetracked. But while I'm talking, it's like y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know that there were recipes for our private parts. Because that was just a superstitious belief that if you ate this, that gave y'all some type of abilities. Y'all don't know that part about history. You don't know that when we were killed, some of us were made into shoes. Y'all don't know that type of stuff, and y'all don't understand why the hatred exists. That happened so long ago. That stuff, y'all don't understand that this is passed down in between us, through us. Y'all don't understand the impacts of homosexuality in our culture. Why especially like straight up the bowl, like African parents really don't fuck with homosexuality. Because there's reasons for all of that. It's not because they're just homophobic. It's not because it's No, there are reasons for all of this. And I highly recommend that some of y'all go educate yourselves. You know? Seriously. Y'all need to go educate yourselves on some of this type of stuff. And you be like, damn. Now, we shouldn't be throwing that in your faces because some of y'all had nothing, absolutely none of that. None of what y'all do. But when y'all come out here and say some of the ignorant things that you say to us, then it's like, how the fuck can you look at me and say that? Knowing what's gone down between, oh, it's not that bad. I'd be like, oh, why did he just say that? I can't even help you, guy. You got to deal with that one, bro. I can't even help you on that one. You know? But anyway, my throat's actually about to close up now, so thank you for listening to this venting session. Thank you for listening to this rant. We are all going through things and we all go through it differently. Yeah. Till the next one, y'all. Peace.